2026 is not the time for a glow up. We are growing up in 2026. No major resets, no crazy overhauls of our lives, no panic purging. We're just simply setting goals with intention. We're decluttering with purpose. We're saving money, not necessarily shopping less, but shopping smarter. So per usual, we don't have a dime or time to waste. So let's get started. Welcome to the channel, y'all. I'm Kima and this is deCollection. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is the channel where we declutter with style, we restyle and remix old fits, we shop our closets, because y'all got a lot of good stuff in y'all closets. But when we do shop, we shop sensibly and we still look fly. So happy new year, everyone. I think I'm gonna take this off because it's very tight, but you know I'm a very festive gal, so I was like, I gotta do something to ring in the new year with the deCollection crew, even though it's probably like January 10th when you're seeing this video, but whatever. I didn't get to say happy new year to you guys, so happy new year's. All right, so I'm so excited about this year's first video. This is the first video of 2026, and it is all about the genius within us and how we are going to project that forward, just like we did last year. So if you are new to the channel, and if you were not necessarily part of the entire journey last year, don't worry about that, girl. We're gonna put that in the past. We moving forward. But you did miss a few things, and I'm going to briefly recap you on. So basically what we do around here is we set SMART goals for the year. A smart person on TikTok once said that the difference between talent and genius is that talent is something that you can see. It is something that you can perform, you can compete against others, you can play things, you can produce things. That's talent. But genius is something that people don't necessarily see, but it changes the world in so many ways. So that's what we do around here. Okay, we use our genius to elevate our lives. So we're setting SMART goals for the year. So last year we set a goal to spend no more than $100 a month on shopping for new clothes and shoes. We also set a goal of decluttering 30% of our wardrobe. And the third goal was to create a 30-item capsule wardrobe. That meant that by the end of the year, I should not have exceeded $1,200 on new clothes and shoes. And your girl was good. I was at $1,000, okay, by the end of the year. So I did really well. And we're gonna continue that, but we're gonna up the ante just a little bit better because we're elevating. That's what we do, we elevate, we grow, we grow. That's how we grow, we grow. That goal was derived from some of the personal things that happened in my life last year. I got engaged, so I'm sharing a space now with somebody, so I needed to declutter my closet. We needed to save for a new house and potentially a wedding this year or last year. No, I think it's supposed to be this year. Ciao. So all of those things really prompted me to want to save more money, but also just being more mindful about where my money is going. Like, girl, you're not getting any younger. At some point in time, you want to slow down and have a soft life, okay? So you got to build towards that. You got to build towards that cushion. So all of those things really prompted me to look at my spending. And plus, like, we got a lot of stuff. So it's like, we like to shop, and we'll get into the whole psychology and the therapy of it and the self-care and the self-hate of it all. I'm sure we'll cover that throughout the course of this year. Now, we don't need a lot of stuff. We like a lot of stuff, but we don't need a lot of stuff. And sometimes, legitimately, there are things that you're like, okay, well, I know I have 10 pairs of jeans, but I don't really have anything that's a relaxed fit because I've always been buying skinny jeans, or I've only been buying wide leg jeans, or I've only been buying black jeans, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So there are things that you kind of, and then we grow, right? That's what we said, we grow. Your style changes as you grow, not necessarily following trends, but your body, all the things, you know, all the changes we go through, child. And you legitimately feel like you need some new items. That's okay sometimes. Okay. But the whole point is about being disciplined, being focused, being intentional, and having that goal as your North Star, just guiding you, okay? Wade in the water, just guiding you, okay, to the promised land, whatever your promised land is. Like I said, mine was to save money, house, wedding, all the things, retirement, investment. So that's my promised land. We'll see. So we made some strides. We had some gains in 2025. Like I said, I stuck to my budget. The annual budget, I did really well on that. I was able to save money, but every time I could save like a chunk of money, somebody was like, oh, guess what, girl, I'm getting married. And you're in the wedding, and you know, there's all the taxes and fees that are included in being in somebody's wedding, or even just attending somebody's wedding. And then there's like, oh, guess what, girl, I'm having a baby, and you need to fly across the country to come. Like, it was just all these things. And I'm not even like being facetious about it, because I loved those things and I was excited about those things and I was happy about those things, but those things cost money. And then there were other things, like, because you know, my baby graduated from high school, so she had to get a car, she had to get a graduation trip. So it was great that I was able to do that and not necessarily like go further into debt. But yeah, that really depleted the savings. Because I mean, I don't even have to tell you the math involved. We talking racks on racks on racks, okay, when it comes to these things. So yeah, that made saving for a house and any big move or any big event very challenging. And then the man got forced into early retirement. And then we were like, wait a minute, I mean, you might be able to retire, but you might not be able to retire. Okay. So here we are. So that was 2025. But amidst all of that, there were a lot of glows and a lot of grows. And it was really a good year. Okay. Financially, I would say that it was one of those, you know, roller coasters, up and down, but we're still standing. We decluttered a lot. I don't have time in this video to go through all the things, but go back and catch them. Most of them are titled. We decluttered every month. We had decluttering action steps every month. So we decluttered a lot. We organized swap parties. We tried to sell some stuff at the resale stores or on Poshmark and places like that. So we decluttered a lot and really tried to stick to that goal of not just decluttering 30%, but also using what we have to elevate our lives. So in this video, I'm going to introduce you guys to deCollection's 3 SMART goals for 2026. And then we're going to briefly get into our action steps for January, because every month we have specific tasks and action steps that keep us aligned to the annual goal. As I said before, okay, we're not overhauling our entire life. It's just a continuum. Okay, we're on a trajectory here. It's not about resetting any systems and changing anything. We're not going to be chaotic. There's so much chaos going on around us. Okay, we need to enter into 2026 with peace, calmness, and clarity. We cannot control everything else that is going on around us in this world, in this country, in this world now. But what we can control is how we take deep breaths, how we exhale every day, and how we personally try to manage our personal finances despite what's happening in the economy and the job market and potentially gas prices. Child. Anyway, so we got it. Let's focus on what we can focus on. Okay, so before we get into the SMART goals for 2026, let's talk about what a SMART goal is, just to briefly recap what a SMART goal is. Not to insult anybody's intelligence, but I just like to talk, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to just tell you. You might already know. If you don't know, that's fine too. Okay, so a SMART goal is a goal, and it's an acronym, right? So SMART goal is a goal that is S, specific. That means that it is a very specific goal. It's not just, I want to save money. How much money do you want to save specifically? Or not just, I want to shop less. I don't want to spend that much money on clothes. Okay, a specific goal is, I only want to spend $100 a month on new clothes and shoes, and I want to be able to save $500 a month. And then also, as far as your, however you want to track your goals, where are you saving this money? Where are you putting it? What kind of account are you putting it in? Okay, that's very specific. So a SMART goal is measurable. We can measure it over a period of time. So we can say, if my specific goal is to save $500 a month, then by the time I get to April, I should have at least $2,000, right? And if I don't have $2,000 and I only have $900, then I'm doing something wrong, okay? And I need to go back and track my spending, look at my statements, look at whatever I've been doing. It's not necessarily about redefining the goal or changing the goal, but changing your habits if you're serious about achieving this goal. A SMART goal is achievable. It is something that you actually can achieve, okay? It is not like I'm gonna save $20,000 in 1 year when maybe I only make $40,000. I don't know, that could be achievable. That could be achievable, child. We doing something wrong around here. So it just has to be something that you actually can achieve. SMAR, it's realistic. Okay, it's realistic and it's relevant. It pertains to what you have going on and not necessarily something that might be aspirational. It's about growing whatever aspect of your life you want to grow. When we talk about shopping less, it's relevant because we're trying to save money to achieve other goals. And the last part of a SMART goal, very important, is that it is time bound. So it is not an indefinite goal, like whenever I can do this, whenever it happens. No, it has to happen within this frame of time. And a year is a good measure of time when we talk about like really trying to facilitate organic growth, really trying to change habits. And that's what we break down the SMART goal into action steps every month that lead us to that goal. Okay, so that's what a SMART goal is. That's what we do around here. We still shop, we still look fly, we do all those things like I said. I'm so excited about this. Oh, did I tell you guys we're gonna be here for a minute? So go grab something to drink and a snack and all of that good stuff. Yeah, go do that. I need one too, as a matter of fact. So I'm gonna go over very quickly the 3 goals for deCollection this year. I think I pretty much alluded to them. Maybe I have, maybe I didn't. But very quickly, okay. So goal number 1 is intentional shopping. So we're sticking to our $100 a month budget. And I really like the idea of $1,000 a year. Because that's what I did last year. But specifically, the challenge this year is not just finding things for $100 or less. Because we could do that. We could just go to thrift stores every month, right? We could go to H&M. We can go to Zara. But that's not what we're doing. We're trying to be more intentional about what we actually buy, okay? Because as we established, I got a lot of stuff. Ladies be shopping, okay? The ladies look good, okay? They know how to put things together and they know how to be creative with what they got. So we don't need a lot of things. We don't need more things. We just want better things. We want to make sure that we're elevating, we're growing up, we're maturing in all aspects of our lives, including making sure that we are buying the best fabrics, the best construction our money can buy. Now, granted, it's only $100, okay? But that's still worth something to me, okay? And I'm still worth something. So they're going to give me something good for my $100. So our challenge every month is to try different brands and see how far we can stretch that $100 and get the best fabrics, the best clothes, the best quality construction out there, okay? So it's going to be very challenging, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be strategic. So as we did last year, the $100 budget includes clothes and shoes. Now, I didn't include bags in that because some of the bags that I like could be very expensive. And as I said in a previous video, I'm not really in the market for like, you know, designer bags like that anymore. I still like them. I still want them sometimes. I'm still tempted to buy them sometimes. But when I started this channel too, one of the things that I always pride myself on gifting yourself something very nice once a year. It could be for your birthday, it could be for the holidays, it could be as a reward for achieving some big goal, whenever that is. And the dollar amount is relative to what you got going on, okay? For some of us, it could be $500. For the rest of us, it could be $5,000. So anytime that I purchase a really nice bag, that's like an annual thing, right? That's not like you doing that every month. Some people might do it quarterly, like, I don't know, twice a year or whatever. Like, and I don't care who you are. You could be new billionaire Beyonce, okay? Everybody has a budget. So the whole point of this monthly budget is so that we're not duplicating and replicating things that we already have in our closet. We're not impulse shopping. We're not wasting our money. So we can do some of the other things that we really like to do. Invest in other things. Maybe it's a designer bag, maybe some jewelry, but maybe it's an experience, right? Maybe it's, you know, you're planning a family trip. You're doing other elevated things like, you know, buying a new house or a car, all of those things. So that is why we have the $100 a month budget, because we got a lot of other things going on. We like other things. And most of the times, people who like a certain aesthetic of clothes and style, that also transfers to other aspects of their lives, if not every other aspect of their lives, like their home. So you got to put money into that, right? Your car, your overall beauty, upkeep, all of these things cost money, okay? So yes, you probably can't get a purse for $100. You can, because we did get some really good genuine leather quality bags, okay? We did luck out, and there are strategic ways to get those at discounted prices. We'll talk about that over the course of the year. But I didn't put that in the budget. That doesn't mean you can't get it. That doesn't mean somebody can't get it for me, sir. And again, that doesn't mean that I won't gift it to myself at some point. Child, I don't know what we're gonna be able to do in 2026. Okay, we know we're gonna stick to this $100 month budget. That's it. Oh, and the good thing about the $100 month budget too is that it rolls over. So if we spend $50 one month, we can reward ourselves next month and spend $150, especially if we're trying to be strategic at, you know, a particular store or depending on our needs for that month, right? And we'll get into how we figure out our needs every month. We're gonna get into it, child. We're gonna get there. Okay, so smart goal number 2 for 2026 is to declutter 20% of our closet. We did 30% last year, and I think that we're in a good place. Okay, I have finally recorded my decluttered deCollection closet, so check out that video. I'm gonna upload that one after this one, even though I already did, but you know, order. But the whole point of that is we really want to keep our closets engaging. If we're talking about shopping our closets every month so that we're not shopping senselessly, our closets have to be a space where we actually want to shop, right? It has to be aesthetically pleasing. We have to be able to go in there and want to browse things and like, oh, this is the shirt section. What size do you have? Do you have my size, sir? What size do you need, madam? Right? Like, we need that. And like, oh, I like this. Oh, I didn't even know I had this. Hey, girl, how you doing? You still looking good. I might have to wear you tomorrow. Like, we need a closet that constantly keeps us inspired, okay? So we don't got to be looking at other people's shopping hauls and all of the other ads that come on our feed and make us feel like we need or want these things, because we got them. It's just about decluttering and being creative with the pieces that we already own, okay? But again, we're still gonna shop. I got you, girl. We gonna shop. Okay, so smart goal number 3 for 2026 is to build 4 seasonal capsule wardrobes. Continuing with the 4-3-2-1 capsule wardrobes that we built last year, we're going to do the same thing for each of the seasons. And again, building a capsule wardrobe does not mean that we have to buy things to build that wardrobe. That means we shop our closets. That's why we're decluttering. That's why we're picking out the pieces that we like, that we wear, that we want to wear more, all of those things. And then anything that we truly believe is missing or something that you might really just want, that's what you're going to shop for every month, okay? So we don't got to go crazy. I'm excited about those goals. So without further ado, let's get into January's action steps so that we're aligned to those SMART goals and focused for the year. Oh, you know what? Let me take her off. Okay. We got our Happy New Year. Ooh, she's so tight. And I got a little head. Dang it. Oh, sorry for the big heads. So for January's action steps. So week 1, we are going to do an inventory of what we've actually been wearing all winter. Now, winter still, it feels like we've had all winter, but winter's just really begun. That's why you gotta declutter, do an inventory. This is not about purging anything. You may not necessarily get rid of everything. Every time you declutter, it's not necessarily about getting rid of things. It's about inventorying what you have. It's about reevaluating these items to see if you really need them, you really love them, how they make you feel. Take an inventory of what we've actually been wearing all fall and winter. Anything that you have not been wearing for winter and you don't anticipate wearing it, and you probably don't want to keep it, then it is a good time to sell that, to try to sell it at one of the resale stores. But you only really have a few more weeks because they're gonna soon be trying to get rid of all of their winter inventory. Probably not even a good time. I don't know, try it, just try it, I don't know. Because they're getting ready for spring, just like every other store, okay? So, but again, that's also a good opportunity too for you to actually start decluttering some of the spring stuff that you have not worn, which we're going to get into in February. But if you find them in January, you might want to start putting them to the side, go to these stores and ask them when they're going to start taking some spring items. Okay. So anyway, but the real goal of decluttering right now is just to get some information on what you've been wearing. So when I thought about this, I was like, okay, what are the main things I've been wearing? When I'm not working, right, I'm going to gravitate towards the same things. And even when I'm working, like I gravitate towards like the same 2 to 3 trousers, the same 2 to 3 black trousers that we bought last year. Check out that video. I am gravitating towards the same pair of jeans that we bought. Check out that video. And really that's it. Like as far as pants. And a couple of maybe 1 or 2 other pants that I'm gravitating towards. So, and then like shirts, I noticed that I like a lot of the tight knit or the tight gauged knit shirts. So those are going to be like your turtlenecks, like a ribbed kind of shirt, things that are not necessarily tight fitting, but they're tightly woven, right? So they don't have like, not like cable knit sweaters. I don't really gravitate towards those. And I have some vests and I do have some sweaters, but I haven't even worn any of them this year. So as much as I see them and I like them and they look cute, I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks so cute with a silk skirt. I don't wear it enough, so I'm not gonna buy it. It looks great. It looks great on her. Aesthetically, it's pleasing to me, but I don't wear the ones that I have, so I'm not gonna buy them. I'm just not gonna buy them. So the things that I do wear a lot of, do I need more of those? Now, I don't necessarily think that I need any more black trousers, but I would like another neutral trouser, a navy, possibly pinstripe trouser. So again, we're just pulling pieces, not necessarily purging. Another important thing, when I thought about this and I was going through my closet and I was like, let me look for the pieces that I'm proud of, right? The pieces that I'm most proud of, I'm calling those my proud pieces. The pieces that if somebody was to go into my closet without me curating, like, oh, look at this. This is, I bought this when I was, they just go in there and they browse for themselves, right? And I don't get to narrate the closet. I don't get to curate the closet. Like, what are the pieces that I'm most proud of? So I pulled a few pieces that I'm proud of and one that I'm not proud of to basically explain why I want to be able to replicate these moments. 1 second. So it's not ironic that the pieces that I'm most proud of are the pieces that I got like the best deal on. And those are usually the pieces that I thrifted. So this blazer is probably one of the pieces that I'm most proud of because it is an authentic vintage Burberry plaid, you know, that houndstooth with the elbow patches. Okay. And I believe it's menswear. It has some tailoring labeling in it as well, Riverside's Men's Shop. And then it also has the Woolly symbol, so you know it's all pure, and that's also like a marker of a vintage item. So this is the piece that I'm most proud of. I've had this, I'm sure it's been like 15 years. I don't even know where I got it from. I think I got it from like a hole in the wall kind of thrift store somewhere. It says Buffalo, New York, but I don't think I got this in New York. Did I? I don't know, maybe. But this is the piece I'm most proud of, and sometimes it fits and sometimes it doesn't. I think it fits now, but it's definitely not an oversized fit. But it's a good fit. But it's a good blazer. It's a nice, throw it over some black trousers and a black turtleneck kind of vibe, and I just love that. One of the other pieces that I'm most proud of is this Loewe denim shirt that I got on sale about 2 years ago. Was it 2 years? Last? It wasn't in 2025. Must have been 2024. So I got a really good deal on this. It was definitely more than a $100 a month budget. But it was a good deal for Loewe. And what I like about it is that it is probably the only denim shirt that I have that's 100% cotton. No, that's not true, because I have an Old Navy shirt that I thrifted that's 100% cotton too. It's not that it's necessarily hard to find 100% cotton denim shirts, but you got to read the labels, because they're not all 100% cotton. Okay, they definitely will have some lyocell in it. I don't necessarily know if they put viscose in it, but they definitely put polyester. So sometimes there's a synthetic blend in these denim shirts, and the construction is just so cool. So, and I hardly ever have to iron it. Even when I wash it in cold water, never dried it. But I don't have to send it to the dry cleaners, right? So this is the shirt that I'm most proud of, because obviously this is one of those investment pieces. You think you buying designer stuff because you tell yourself it's an investment. My kids will inherit it. It'll be worth something someday. That's why I gotta spend all that money today. Another piece that I'm proud of is this drop waist t-shirt dress. You guys know, if you recall from my decluttering maxi dresses video, I love a t-shirt maxi dress. Okay, I love a t-shirt dress. It gives you that drop waist sort of flappers vibe, and then of course I love a ruffle. So it's not just a random t-shirt dress. It has all of the zhuzh that you need in your life. Like, you need a little bit of zhuzh in your life. At least I know I do, child. But what I'm most proud of this, not only is it quirky and cool, and I've always dressed this down and I've always dressed it up, but it is cotton. And this brand is called Elazou. And this is one of the rare purchases that I got from Amazon, because I don't usually buy clothes from Amazon. It's just not my vibe. And it's not the best quality for the price. But this dress was only about 50 bucks. So I thought that was a really good deal, cotton, and it just looked elevated. And when I tell you the dye on this quality cotton, you can just tell, because the saturation of the dye is just perfect. It washes well. I've had it for at least 5 years and it has not faded. So it's just really good constructed. And the dyeing and the saturation of the dye is just perfect. So I love her. So those are 3 of some of my proud pieces. And then I have the pieces that if you were to sneak through my closet, I would not be proud of. For example, this utility bodysuit. Now, I love the concept, which is why I bought it. I love the color, which is why I bought it. But I don't like the fabric. As you can probably see, it's 100% polyester. We talked about polyester before, and we'll talk about it when we get into like all of the different fabric types and which stores, and comparing maybe why we might go for a polyester blend, or what type of polyester, recycled polyester versus regular whatever. But this polyester ain't good. Okay, there's some construction of polyester that might be okay if we're not talking about the environment, but even cotton, not all cotton is good for the environment either, child. But it's just poorly constructed, okay? And not because it's from Shein, because I will be the first one to tell you that you can get some good stuff, some decent stuff from Shein. You can get 100% cotton from Shein. I don't know if you could get 100% wool. Maybe. We have to see. No, but I did see some wool blends, actually. Yes. So you can get some like decent wool blends from Shein. again, with everywhere you shop and buy, you have to really do your research. You really have to look at the construction, the fabric makeup, and then it's just trial and error. So yeah, this is poorly constructed. If you notice here, it like I have to, when I wear it, I had to like pin it, and also I have fabric tape on here to just kind of make it stay. And I mean, I'm not saying I won't ever wear it, but I'm always disappointed. Like, I'm excited to it because I like the style of it. And so this is something that if I could replicate in like 100% cotton, you know, or maybe like a silk blend, because it has to have a little bit of movement, then I would definitely be in the market for that, because this is not one of my proud moments, sadly. So that's what we're doing when we declutter. We're looking for the pieces that we gravitate towards, the things that we're wearing all the time, and do we want more of those? Do we need more of those? And some of the proud pieces that we would like to add to our decollection, add to our wardrobe. Week 2 is so exciting because week 2 we are building our winter thaw capsule. And I say thaw because this is a transitional capsule. This capsule is going to take us from these cold, dreary days of winter into those specks of brightness and sun and new beginnings of spring. We are building a capsule with like at least 70 to 80% of what we already have for winter. No new purchases necessarily. No new heavy winter purchases. And I know that there are a lot of really good sales. And I would say to caution ourselves and not necessarily buy something that we like today because it's on sale, because we may not like it next year. We're talking about, this is the end of winter sale, okay? And you might see a puffer vest that you absolutely like. I don't know if you're gonna like that next year. I don't know. So just tread lightly when it comes to the end of the season sales. They are great. They're great. They're great. And we're going to shop them. But we have to do so intentionally. Okay, so let's talk about building this thaw capsule, this 4321 capsule. Whatever we already have in our closet, and then 1 or 2 gap pieces every month that we want, that we need to fill in those gaps. Okay, so 4 tops. At least 3 of the 4 tops should be neutral colors. And to me, a neutral color is your favorite color, the color that you've been wearing a lot. And then obviously you have your regular, your typical neutrals like navy and gray and browns and creams. But even like an oxblood red or burgundy can be a neutral, because that can go with any of those other colors and even some other pops. At least 3 of your tops should be neutrals. Here's my suggestion for your 4 tops. The first top, like I said before, for me, something that's finely gauged or finely knitted like a turtleneck. So I have this one black turtleneck that I've been wearing. I wear it at least once a week. I think I wear it to work at least like every other week. You know, I kind of coordinate it with different things. But when I'm knocking around, I wear it. And that's another one of my proud pieces, because that was actually a thrift find. Anyway, we don't have time to talk about that. And it's such really good quality, but it feels so good and it stretches, and I just love that shirt. That's the shirt that I did the thrifting video in. So go back and check that video so you can see the turtleneck that it has like the gold coin buttons on it. Child, I love that shirt. So what I love about that is that is the fine knit gauge shirts. They are an easy transition piece, because you obviously you're going to wear that in March, right? And then when it's still chilly, you just throw on a denim jacket over that. So any of your merino wool, nothing too heavy. I personally don't aim to buy heavy fabrics at this time, but if I see something that's on sale and it's really good quality, then sure. If it's something that I know is timeless, like a blazer, I will buy that, because that makes sense. I know my blazers have never gone out of style, I'm gonna just say. Cotton, obviously, and anything that's like a soft blend. Not too bulky. Remember, like for me, I haven't been wearing cable knit sweaters. I don't think I've worn them at least once, so I'm not gonna do it. I do have cardigans that I haven't worn, so I'm probably gonna steer away from looking at cardigans because I just haven't been wearing them as much. Another top that we can include in our winter thaw capsule, a long sleeve tee or a rib knit top. Obviously you can layer those. You can take something off, you can put something over it, and that you can wear between now all the way through April. Those are going to be like your everyday workhorse kind of shirt. And you want it to be a very comfortable, breathable fabric. So make sure it's as organic as possible because you want to be able to move around in it, especially if you're layering it. So you know, we always got to have a button down shirt, okay? So you got to have a button down shirt. I don't care what color it's in, whatever your neutral is. I oddly don't think that I need any more button down shirts, believe it or not. It's not a thing I gravitate towards because I don't want to iron them. That's really the main reason. And so anything that's going to be 100% cotton, you know, we're talking about spring is 100% linen, like you got to iron it. There's no two ways about it. Like, I mean, sometimes you could, if you catch it right out the dryer, if you dry it, then maybe you don't have to iron it. But yeah, I don't wear button down shirts enough. But a lot of times I do this with my button down shirts. So for that, I need them. But I need to buy some collars, some fake collars. Like, yeah, button down shirts, I don't know about winter for me. And I think I'm good for spring and summer with the ones that I got last year. So we'll see. I mean, again, it'll have to be a piece that really moves me. So if not a button down shirt, then a blouse, a buttoned blouse. So that is what I want. I want a nice silk button down blouse. Any of those two things, and obviously that again is going to be an easy transition into March and April. And then your fourth top can be a trendy piece. Whatever trend, whatever piece inspires you, it just grabs your attention. Maybe it's polka dots, maybe it's a ruffled top, maybe it's a fun graphic tee that you want to layer things with. That might be your gap piece if you don't have it. Because, you know, we like to shop, we like new things, we like to be creative, we like to be expressive. So it's always fun to include at least one trendy piece. But again, before you buy it, you have to, or even before you include it in the capsule, be sure that you're going to be able to wear it at least 4 to 5 times this season. That goes for everything. And also that you can mix and match it with the other pieces in the capsule. So 4 tops, 3 bottoms, trousers, denim, and a casual pair of pants. So one of the things that I realized from decluttering my closet is that I don't have enough casual pants. Like I like these like black yoga pants, and this one in particular is like a really tight knit, some stretch obviously, and it's flared. Like seriously, it looks good. You know, I'm gonna dress it up. It's gonna look cute. It's gonna look like all the things. So I realized I want more of these, and I also have like one pair of sweatpants that I wear a lot. It's wide leg. It's so cute. It's so perfect, but somehow I feel like it shrunk a little bit. I don't know what happened. So I don't want to wear it out. Plus I want another pair that won't shrink because I still want it to be wide and I want it to be long, right? So preferably a black pair would be cool. And also I think I want some stirrups. I only have one pair of stirrups, they're cream, but I think I want a black pair of stirrups to wear with my pumps or my slingbacks. So that's what I'm in the market for. Okay, so that's 4, 3. 2 are our layering pieces. So something easy like a blazer. I'm not buying any more blazers, y'all. Don't need them. Denim jacket. You could get a denim jacket. You could get a utility jacket, like a cargo jacket. So those are your everyday layers. So your outer layers, not too heavy, you could get a trench coat. And I have a really good black trench coat that I thrifted that has a lining inside, so I can take the lining out when it gets warmer, you know, when we get to the early days of spring. So anything that's medium weight, again, this is obviously a really good time to buy, to catch any of those winter coats on sale. As you know, you saw from my thrifting video, I don't need any more winter coats. I'm still trying to make sure I wear the ones that I do have. It is a really good time to find a winter coat if you still need one and you think you're going to still like it next year. Leather, suede, all the things. So these fabrics should be elevated. They should feel well constructed because they have to elevate everything that's underneath it. And then lastly, one shoe anchor. So this is the pair of shoes, one pair of shoes that's gonna go with everything. Are you gonna wear the same shoes every day for the next few months? I don't know, probably not. But if you are gonna buy something, find one pair of anchor shoes that you can wear with multiple outfits. Now, I don't think I need any more shoes or boots, pumps, or anything like that. But what I do need is a pair of sneakers. So I'm not sure what color. I don't think I want it to be white. I was saying that I wanted a pair of black sneakers for a while, but I don't think so. So I don't know. But whatever pair of sneakers I get, it's gonna go with all the tops, especially with all of my trousers, my denim, maybe the stirrups too. So that'll be interesting to see how that looks. And it's just gonna be the anchor for the entire capsule. So again, ankle boots, loafers, and sneakers, those are going to be transitional pieces that you can wear all throughout winter, and then obviously you can wear them throughout spring. Are we going to find some really good deals on some knee high, thigh high, leg high, calf high boots? Probably, okay, by all means, if that's what you need. But that's not what we need to build this transitional capsule. So just think about what you got going on, okay? I don't know what you got going on, but I know that's not what I need. All right, so that is our capsule. So that's what we're gonna do in week 2. So week 2, we're gonna build all of that with what we have. So that by the time we get to week 3, we know what we need, what we only absolutely positively need, nothing else, only what we need to fill in those gaps in the 4. Maybe we got 3 out of 4, you know, maybe we only got 1 out of the 2. You know, like I said, I don't have a good pair of like solid sneakers that I could wear with all of those things, right? I want some stirrups. I want some sweats. I've been wearing the same pair of jeans. I might need another pair. Like those are the things. So that's like 4 or 5 things that I think I want over the next few months. All right, so that leads us to week 3. Now, this is very important. You cannot even attempt week 3 if you have not done week 1 or week 2. You cannot pass go. You cannot collect $200. You're going to go straight to you know where, okay? If you don't do 1 and 2 before we get to week 3, which is shopping. So for week 3, our shopping focus is very simple. Budget, cost per wear, and fabric quality, okay? Every month we're doing this. Sticking to our budget, making sure that whatever we want is a gap item from our capsule, by the way, but anything that we want or we need to fill in the gaps for our capsule, we're going to be able to wear it at least 5 times this season. Okay, we can wear it with 3 different things, and we're going to wear it at least 5 times this season. And paying much better and greater attention to the fabric quality and overall construction of the garment. We're buying fewer pieces with our $100. We may only get 1 thing. And that's fine. That's actually great because that's going to be a proud piece. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But they're going to be better pieces, okay? So every month we're going to challenge ourselves with these fabric challenges. So we're finding better fabric at better prices. We're using sales and timing. We're going to do some research. We're going to compare all the different stores. We're going to try different stores. No more loyalty shopping, okay? I get if you are a Zara girl, Zara is great for the trends. So remember, we get to have 1 trendy piece in our tops, okay? Maybe you could pull a trendy piece for one of your bottoms, but that's it. That's it. So we're going to explore different stores. Like I've never bought anything from Quince, and I know we've seen all of our favorite content creators with their Quince hauls, and they got the best silk shirt this. They got the finest merino wool at the best prices. So we're going to see what Quince is talking about with our $100 budget. And I've already begun to put stuff in my cart. And the cart is more than $100. So we got to take some stuff out the cart. But, you know, we're used to doing that anyway. So Quince is going to be good for those elevated basics. And then, as I said before, Nordstrom, you know, you can get some really good deals. Okay, now we're going to get really close to that budget. You know, you might be pushing it. You might not be able to shop for like 2 months. But it's okay if it's something you really want and it's going to be a proud piece. Okay, I'm saying it. It's okay. Same budget, just better pieces. So you guys let me know in the comments what stores you want to try this year. I have a whole list of stores that I'm excited about trying, but I can't think of everything. So I need your help, girl. And that leads us to week 4. And this is a week that some of us might try to skip. Okay, we're like, don't worry, yeah, I know what I did. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. You cannot skip week 4. You cannot skip week 4. I can't stress this enough. We have to track our spending. That is the only way we're going to know if we're aligned to our goals. As they say, you can't measure what you don't monitor. So we got to track our spending. And more importantly, we have to track the vision. Because what's the goal? Like, the goal is nothing without the vision. And the vision is that we want to achieve something. We're trying to save money, to do things, to buy things. So we have to track our progress every month. And equally important is tracking our wears. Have we actually been wearing the things that we bought every month? Because if you haven't worn them, especially if you have a 30-day return window, you need to return it. Get your money back. Okay, I don't care. You tried it on in the store. It looked good. It fit good when you brought it home and you put on the regular bra or the bra that's supposed to go with it. Whatever it is, it didn't work. Take it back. Okay, the point is we need to track what we're actually wearing and not duplicating that. So again, if you're buying a lot of trendy pieces and you're shopping at Zara or H&M and you're buying trendy pieces that don't necessarily fit well and rise in certain places, don't keep doing it. Stop. Just stop. And then also tracking cost per wear for every item. Keeping us honest about how many times we're actually wearing it. Are we getting our money's worth out of the item? And looking at the stuff that you did wear and why you've been wearing it and how confident it made you feel, why you liked it. Do you want to just buy more of that instead of trying to buy other things? Do you need to make some changes to your capsule? All of those things. We got to figure that out every month. Why I like this entire system that we created for deCollection this year, because obviously it keeps our shopping very intentional. We don't have to be indecisive about what we want to buy. Most importantly, we're not impulse shopping, but it also allows for those momentary inspirational pieces that you might come across when you're shopping, right? I don't want to call it an impulse buy. I'm saying that you might come across something that speaks to you. It calls you. It pulls you in, okay? And if you feel like you can make it work, it'll add to your capsule, it'll elevate your life in some way, by all means, because you're allowed 1 or 2 trendy pieces in the capsule. And again, but make sure that it's a proud piece, not just a trendy piece, not just a flashy piece, not just your favorite color piece, but that it's a piece that you're going to be proud of. So thinking about fabric and construction and all of that good stuff. This system builds a closet that reflects our real lives. So really being intentional about what we actually wear, not all the things that we want. So if I'm wearing trousers a lot, even casually, then I'm going to buy more trousers. Okay. If that's what I like. That's what I like. And it's a particular feel of the trousers that I like. Okay. If I know that when the weekend comes, I'm wearing trousers, sweatpants, I'm not really wearing jeans, whatever it is, or a certain type of, I'm just going to buy more of what I like. Okay. And less of what I don't necessarily need. And most importantly, it slowly upgrades the quality of our wardrobe without blowing the budget. And that's just smart all around. So every month we repeat this process, right? We have a different action step based on what we need, but we're repeating the same process. So let me know what you guys think about our fabric focus, our overall quality focus, our monthly budget. Again, let me know what stores are on your radar, what we should be checking out. Let me know what you think about the SMART goals. Just talk to me about it all, child. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm so excited about this year's goals and our challenges every month, finding a different store, finding a fabric focus, and I just can't wait to shop sensibly, of course. All right, so thank you for sticking to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and please like the video. I mean, if you really stuck to the end of the video, you should really be liking the video. It helps the algorithm. It feeds the algorithm. You know, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to take it personally because I like me. But the algorithm got to know that you like me too. Anyway, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't like that bye. I'll see you next time. Bye.